fellas, Homebrew Wednesday, Boxing Day, almost the end of 2012, and let me tell you, it is humid here in New Zealand. I feel like I'm swimming basically, and for, you know, a big fella. So what I might do now is, excuse the sweat, it is bloody hot, is use a present that my wife got me. She got me a fancy ass bottle opener. You can see it there. You can see it right there? Mm-hmm. This thing is a beast. You can basically brainstorm to death with it. It's just pure metal. It's a man's one. Just saying, good old fashioned man's one. Here's a bit of my apple, what's it again?
Apple Christmas Ale.
Apple Christmas Ale. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've been doing my yeast experiments, which, you know, keep a lookout for tomorrow. So, like a boss. So, got some carbonation, so that's always good. You can see that. Bit of an aggressive pour there. Then let that die down a little bit. So yeah, Christmas. I was a lucky boy. Not only did I get this fancy ass bottle opener, I got me some beers. So first off, my wife got me another one of these bad boys. I really do enjoy this. This will go down really well, but I'm keeping this for a special time. Also got me a Dead Good Beer Golden Ale. My wife actually got me two of these, so that's going to be pretty good. Oh, I think this is a Kiwi beer.
From Nelson.
From Nelson. So she knows more than I do about these bloody things. I just drink them. So I got two of these bad boys. She got me one of these, a Rodenbach. This is a sour ale. I absolutely love these things. My wife thinks that it tastes like vinegar, but oh, I love them. So I got me some of those. This is also one of those good beers that I just love. Hometown Old Brew. I think it means old oil. Basically it's ale matured in whiskey casks, and it's an excellent beer. It's one of those weird beers that it's just, you take a sip and you're like, whoa, I gotta have another sip. Take a sip, whoa, gotta take it. It's a really good beer. She also got me some Sierra Nevada Killer Weiss Hefeweizen. I've heard really great things about the Sierra Nevada range, so I'm pretty amped about that. But wait, there's more. She also got me the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, which also I heard great things about, so I'm pretty chuffed about that. Captain Cooker Manuka beer, also from New Zealand. We got lager craft beers down here, if you can get your hands on it. Beerworks Kawi, Old Flemish Dark. Gonna be good. We've had other beers, excuse me. And the last, another one of these. So as you can see, I was pretty lucky. Let me just top this up here. So this is my Christmas apple ale. You can see it's a nice red color. It's a bit dark and a bit hazy, but it tastes pretty damn good. 17 guys. Oh, that's good. Whew. Oh, it's hot. So another wee present I got for myself. It's a nice Cuban cigar. So I'm pretty happy for this. I only get this maybe once, twice a year. It smells so good. Tastes so good. Don't worry guys, I'll be sharing this with my wife. I'm not such a dick. I also got a little bit of extra to add on to this video. I was speaking to old Tiny the other day, and he actually reminded me of something that I kind of read about, and I always wanted to try, but he's kind of given me the kick of the bum to do it. If you don't know him, it's Tiny. He's Offtapbrewing. I'll put a link down in my comments to his links. He's a good bloke. Give him a look out. So my thought is, I like baking bread. I like making stuff with my hands, so baking bread. And after doing a few like all grain kind of beers, I found that I have a lot of grain left over. So it's like, well, can't I use that? So I've done a video. You'll see it right after this. I tried to do a step by step. So you guys, all of you, I want you to try it as well. Post up your videos. Give me a go, because come on, guys, we can make beer. We can make good bread too. So I've used the grains from my yeast experiment. Please watch that as well. Give me your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Really, I want the input. I need to learn. I want to learn. So, Tiny, I want you. You're next. I want to see your bread. I want to see you use it, man. You go through 50 liters a weekend. Come on, man. I want to see it. So, the magic editing. Here's making some bread. Okay, so this is what you'll need for bread baking homebrew style. You need a scale to weigh everything, some salt, yeast. Quick tip for bread yeast: you can keep it in the freezer to keep it fresher for longer, and you can use it straight out the freezer. I've found this works. I've actually kept some wort from my brew that I did earlier, some flour. I just happen to have these two types of flour. It doesn't really matter. It's a frugal loaf this, so we're using whatever we can. So use whatever you have in your cupboard, in your pantry, and then some grains. I'm not going to use all of this will be a bit too much, but I just took a fair amount so you can see. And if you have one, you can use one of these. You can do everything by hand. I've done it, I did it for years, but it's time for a machine to do it as far as I'm concerned. Okay. So I'll try and do this step by step as best I can, and I'll show you the next step in now. Okay, so you can see here I've got my yeast. I've measured out. It's about 12 grams. Don't believe that. That's wrong now. So I've got about 12 grams of yeast. I've got some of my wort in a bowl. So basically all you do, just like beer brewing, you hydrate your yeast. But unlike beer baking, you can mix it up a bit. Bakers yeast is a bit more robust than brewer's yeast. So mix it up nicely, get a nice bit of a mixture going until it's nice and creamy. So like that. And now put this somewhere in your house where it's nice and warm, and let it sit for 20 minutes. Sorry, I just put that away. You can put the dry yeast straight into the flour, but I found doing this helps to get your yeast going a lot quicker, and also embarks a lot more that bready flavor from your yeast across into your bread. So every little step I'm showing here will give you that much more better flavor in your bread. So get that up, you check it in about 20 minutes, and it'll be nice and frothy, and that's when you go ahead and use. But there's one thing I'll do while that's going, and I'll show you that now. So what you can see I've done here is I've taken some of the grains and put them into this bowl, which will connect up to one of those hand mixer vibes. It's about 100 grams of that in here, and I put a little bit of wort just to bind it together a bit, because this tastes really good, but it's very grainy. So I'm gonna try and cut it down so you get it's not such big chunks. So hopefully it won't get, the texture might be a bit off sometimes. So I'm going to try this out and then see how this. After this, he'll show you what you have to do now. Okay, so now you'll take about 20 grams of salt. Your salt's always roughly about 2 times the amount of yeast you have. One thing to note, never put your salt right on top or anywhere near the yeast, because the salt actually kills the yeast. So I'll usually mix in at the bottom like that with the grains, and then I'll put the flour on top of that. So therefore the yeast is not touching the salt and won't kill any of in your yeast cells that you're trying to gather. So I'm going to just weigh out the flour, add it in there, and then I'll show you the next process right now. Once you've left your yeast for a few minutes, it should end up looking like that, which means it's pretty much activated. So then what I do, take that off quickly. Then what I do is I take that and I put all that gooey yeasty goodness inside there. I'll still keep that or rinse that out a little bit with the leftover wort. Now with that, sorry about all the big movements. Yeah. With that, there's one other thing you can do to add a little bit extra flavor. You put some flour in there and you kind of just you mix it. You can see there. And you get a bit of a rough paste like that. You do that and you leave that for another 20 minutes or so, and that will give you even more flavor of your bread. So once that's done, I'll show you what else to do next. So right, so after about 20 minutes, your yeast should look like that. You see it's nice and puffy and airy. Now, just down to mixing. I'm not going to show you this, or I might show you a little bit of it, but it's not that spectacular. So I'll speak to you right after I finish mixing this. Okay, fellas, so yep, there's it all mixed up in a rough dough ball. You now leave this for about an hour and a half to 2 hours just to proof up and get nice and doubled in size basically. Once that happens, I'll show you what you do from there. And then yeah, but this is what you're aiming to get. A nice, silky, smooth, rough ball of dough. Now you just let it sit and proof. And now you do this. Right, fellas, it's now risen. And now all I've done is just separate the loaf into two balls. You can see one there. And then one over here. This is what I'm going to bake first. Basically all I've got is a colander, some muslin cloth, and all of that is just round it up nicely, and I'm going to let it sit and proof inside here and raise up really nice and big. And then from here I'll put it into the oven, and then I'll give it a nice shape because of the colander. I'll keep it into a nice round shape. So I'll let you have a look at that when I get that going. So basically this recipe I'm going to get 2 loaves out of it. Cool, I'll let you know once it's up and going. Okay guys, the bread's done and ready, proofed. So here's the proofed bread. You can see it's nice and springy. So now we're going to extract it from here onto there. This can be a bit precarious. Sometimes it's easy to throw it. Just take that off. It's looking nice. One of the things I recommend to get if you're going to do bread is one of these. It's a bit dangerous, but cut your bread up nicely, and this will give a nice space for the bread to expand. Cool. Now you have your oven at about 200 degrees Celsius, and you bang it in there for 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes you'll have a nice crusty loaf of bread. I'll show you that when. So after your 45 minutes in baking in the oven, you should come up with some of these. It's a nice artisan made homemade bread. Should be nice and hard once they come out the oven. This one's been out for a while now. Nice and crispy. So yeah. So as you can see, you can make some bread. So basically with the beer you can make it stretch even more and get a little of roughage out of it, I guess. So I'll cut a slice and I'll show you guys, and then I'll say goodbye. So as you can see, nice open crust, bouncy, nice crust on there, and you can see the little bits of the grains in there that I use for the beer. So, cheers guys. That's pretty good. So, with the wonder of editing, you'll bounce back to my saying goodbye early in the day. Now. I see you back. Sitting here, enjoying a beer, a cigar. Life's pretty good at the moment. I'm recording the ending now because I don't know what time the bread's going to finish. It's still actually proofing now, but with the magic of editing, you'll see the whole process before you see the end of this. I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I really do appreciate you watching my videos and wanting me to make more videos. I want to send a special shout out to old Tiny in Offtapbrewing. A really good fella. He phones me from Australia here. Can't be cheap, but he still phones me. I'll teach him how to use Skype. So I just want to thank everybody for watching my videos. Hopefully I can do more videos. I can show you more of New Zealand. Maybe I can show you some like breweries here in New Zealand too. Hopefully if the cash flow is correct or good, I can try and get myself a better camera. Because right now I've been recording on my phone. Yeah. So I hope everybody has a good Christmas or had a good Christmas. I hope you got lots of presents, lots of beers. I hope you have a good New Year's. Be safe, don't drive, don't be a dick. And I'll see you guys next year. I'm going to sit here, finish drinking my beer, sit with my wife, smoke a cigar. Not too bad. So, Happy New Year's guy, be safe, don't be a dick. Cheers. Nothing better than a homemade beer. Cheers fellas.